God. They're out and they know I'm out. Lord, please guide me through your trails of wilderness and protect me from your insect sons and daughters that wish to harm me and feast upon my Italian tomato sauce blood. Also protect me against those who identify as non-flinary and uninsexual, and allow the beads of sweat that trickle down my face, allow to cool me in my place. Amen. Sony FX30 versus the Sony ZV-e1. APS-C versus full frame. Oh my God. The anxiety, the panic is setting in already. I've been out here 3 minutes. I already got bit on my knuckle. It's itching already. I got shorts on. I'm giving them more access to me. What the hell am I doing? So right off the bat, you might be thinking, Sony ZV-e1, of course. It's full frame, more AI features, better autofocus, better stabilization modes, but not necessarily. Not necessarily, my friends. So right now we're on the FX30 with the 11mm 1.8, which in full frame mode equals out to 16.5 mil. With active steady shot turned on, you're looking at maybe 17 and a half-ish. Now both of these cameras shoot up to 4K 120 frames per second and HD 240 frames per second. And the ZV-e1 is a lighter, smaller full frame camera. Doesn't technically mean that the ZV-e1 is the better choice for vlogging on the go. All right, now we're on the ZV-e1 with the 20mm f1.8, which is by far the best vlogging lens that Sony has ever made. It's incredible, looks great, get lots of blur in that background. It's just the best choice, unless you got a bunch of people with you and you really need to squeeze some other people in the shot, or you want to use the dynamic active steady shot that the ZV-e1 has that the FX30 doesn't have. Right now we're just on normal active steady shot. I don't really find that you need dynamic active steady shot too much, and on the 20mm it's a little tight, but we will activate that and switch to a wider lens in a second. Now yes, the ZV-e1 is full frame and it has better autofocus capabilities, but Sony autofocus is great no matter what, especially if you're just a person, then it's going to lock onto your eye regardless. And the FX30 does have animal and bird autofocus along with humans in video mode, which I don't know if there's an AI chip in there or what. I know there's one in the ZV-e1 to allow you to also do insects, which there's plenty out here today. Trains, planes, automobiles, and clowns. Now, one of the main reasons why I'm just automatically not giving this title to the ZV-e1 is a lot of the times people that are going out vlogging are going to do so in warm weather. Now, I will state this clearly because people ask me every single time that I mention the ZV-e1, does it overheat? How's your overheating situation been? And the answer is, honestly, I've never had it overheat once, but it's boiling out here right now, so we might experience that today. We'll see, I don't know. And with the FX30, you're not gonna experience any overheating because it has that built-in fan and there's a ton of fan controls. You could have a kick on automatically. You could have a turn on when you stop recording. Now, another one of the main benefits from shooting on the FX30 or an APS-C camera as opposed to a full frame camera is your lens choices. Number one, this is a great vlogging lens. This might be by far the best APS-C vlogging lens on the market right now, the 11mm f1.8. I also have the Viltrox 13mm f1.4, which is a great choice. And that's probably gonna give you a pretty similar look to the 20mm f1.8 on a full frame camera, because that's about 19.5mm. Throw on the active steady shot, you're looking at about 20mm. And APS-C Sony lenses are gonna be significantly less expensive to deal with than Sony full frame lenses are. Get off of here. God, I'm getting eaten for brunch, bug lunch. Now, most of the time, if I'm vlogging, I'm using active steady shot. The only time I really switch to dynamic active steady shot is if I'm filming somebody else. If I'm going handheld, if I'm tracking somebody at a wedding or something like that. That way I don't have to bust out the gimbal all day long and the shots are still going to be really steady. But if you really want to step your stabilization game up while you're vlogging, you could switch from something like the 20mm over to a 14mm and then have plenty of room to crop in on that dynamic active steady shot. All right, now we're in dynamic active steady shot and we're on the Samyang 14mm f2.8. Now, unfortunately, I have to have this shutter cranked super high, which I think you want to crank it up a little bit when you're using dynamic stab, but I'm at 6,400 shutter, which I'm not a big fan of doing. I usually keep ND filters on me at all times. I don't like to crank my shutter. I just don't like the way it looks. I notice it. Some people don't, I do. But that stabilization does look pretty good. It's a big crop. It's a big crop, but it looks good. It's very smooth. It's noticeably better than the normal active steady shot. And they just released another small firmware update. You might not even have heard about it for the ZV-e1. Not the one that bought 4K 120 and 240p in HD, but another one that said that it just fixed or made improvements to steady shot. I don't know if that includes dynamic active steady shot or active steady shot or just the in-body image stabilization. Not really sure, but either way, dynamic does its thing.
Yeah, and I just
come on. It's so hot. It's so hot. I can't even, it's so hot that I can't even talk to you guys in the car right now because that means I have to turn my AC down. Oh my God, I'm dripping and I'm itching. I got bit up lovely.
But she telling me to leave it in. A lot of blessings piling up that I ain't even wished for. None left over for y'all. I'm locking.
Artlist is the world champion of royalty-free music and sound effects. The champ. They have high quality music from every genre under the sun, which is one of the ways that you could search for what you're looking for. You could also search by mood, instrument type, video theme. They thought of everything to make your search as fast as possible so you can find what you're looking for and get back to your edit before you lose your mojo, clicking song after song after song after. We've all been there. You need a specific sound effect to go along with a transition? Artlist got you covered. A punch? You want a punch sound effect? You're good to go. Artlist. What about a fart? What about a stinky fart? What if your character has some gas problems? Artlist, baby. All the farts you need. And if you're really looking to step your editing game up with stock footage, video templates, plugins, and even video and photo editing apps, they have all that with Artlist Max. Their plans are super affordable, and yes, they have a risk-free trial that you can start right now. And if you use the special link in the description below, Artlist will add 2 free months onto your active subscription. 2 free months. Hell of a deal. I was a happy paying customer of Artlist long before they became a sponsor and supporter of this channel because they are worth every penny and they're the best in the business. Thank you, Artlist, for sponsoring today's video. So let's continue this conversation because I couldn't stay out there anymore. ZV-e1, FX30, which one's the better one for vlogging? It's really a toss-up. Both have incredible autofocus. I give the edge to the ZV-e1, but if you're vlogging, FX30 is gonna do just as good as the ZV-e1's gonna do. Both have incredible stabilization. Again, I don't really see myself using dynamic active steady shot in a vlogging situation. I kind of use it when I'm hand holding. Sometimes I have like the 50mm on or something like that, and I don't want to throw the gimbal on. I just want to pull it up, get some nice smooth handheld shots, and a dynamic active steady shot is incredible for that. It works really well, and you get a nice little crop which you could use to your advantage. Now yes, when it comes down to capabilities, the ZV-e1 is a far more capable camera than the FX30 is. The ZV-e1 is a far more capable camera than pretty much any camera on the market currently right now. Sorry to say it, it is. Sony threw all of their currently available bells and whistles and some new features in the ZV-e1, and it's priced really great. You're basically getting an A7S III or an FX3 with a ton of extra features and potential overheating problems. Again, never once had it overheat, and it was boiling hot outside today. I didn't film for super long periods of time, but didn't overheat, didn't get a warning. And I filmed a wedding ceremony, which was about 45 to 50 minutes or so straight on a tripod, and had no problems with it. Worked well, everything was fine. With that said, we do have the fan in the FX30, and I can guarantee you are not gonna make this thing overheat if you're not deliberately trying to. I'm sure you could probably get it to do it if it's an actual motivation for you to get this thing to overheat, but on a day-to-day usage, you're not gonna get this thing to overheat. The fan works great, and yeah, it's just not gonna happen. This is the 11mm f1.8 that I would use with the FX30 if I were vlogging with it, and this is a fantastic lens. This is by far the best vlogging wide-angle APS-C lens on the market right now, hands down. Super small, super lightweight, it's tiny, and you barely even notice it on the front of your camera. It's great. And the 20mm is a pretty small lens when you compare it to most other full-frame prime lenses, and this just way small. It's about half the size, and it's really well priced. You're not gonna be paying a lot of money for this. So if you're looking to save money across the board, then you might want to go with the FX30. Another really great lens for the FX30 is the 15mm f1.4, which would pretty much be the full frame equivalent of a 24mm, which is what you're looking at right now. This is also a really small and lightweight lens when you compare it to the 11mm f1.8. Not a huge difference, and you get a nice aperture ring on there, and I'm a big fan of aperture rings. And you can vlog with this as well. So if saving money is one of your biggest concerns, then you might want to go with the FX30, and you're going to get some really small lightweight lenses that are a lot cheaper than the full frame lenses are. But on the other hand, if you could afford to kick in a few $100 more, my personal choice would be the ZV-e1, because let's be realistic. Even though we're talking about a vlogging only specific situation, there's a good chance that you're going to use these cameras for things other than vlogging. And with that being the case, I'm a full frame guy all the way, and you're getting all the bells and whistles in the ZV-e1. So this would probably be my choice. But the FX30 is really a great choice, especially with those two little beautiful, wonderful, lightweight, inexpensive lenses over there. You will not regret it if you pick those up. And I'll leave links to B&H Photo down below, and you can pick one up. And if I find any used links for any of these cameras, I'll post them down below too. But you got to act quick, because the used gear at B&H goes pretty fast, and it's guaranteed, and it has the same 30-day return policy that brand new gear has. That's why B&H is a great place to shop. That's my go-to spot for all my camera gear. And thank you, B&H, for sending over the FX30 and those two lenses for me to play with for this comparison. But let me know in the comment section below, do you guys own any one of these two cameras? They've been out for a little while. You probably have a little bit of experience with them. Do you regret buying any of them? Do you love them? Do you wish you had one of these over the other? Thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already. Click that little notification bell, leave a comment, share it to your grandmother, your aunt, your uncle, sister, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you all for sponsoring today's video. Thank you, B&H, for sending over that cool gear to play with. Love you guys. I will see you guys next time. Salute!